Welcome to the Mind Fog Podcast. Thank you so much for joining me today on the podcast. I really, really appreciate you taking time out to, you know, um, listen to me. Today on the podcast, I will be speaking on something that I have personally experienced, and I also feel like it's a common thread that connects us all as human beings. Um, there's this really strange and frustrating experience that I think a lot of us have. We know what would help us, we know what would be healthier, kinder, and more honest, more aligned, and yet we don't do it. We don't rest when we are tired. We don't speak when something feels off. We don't leave what hurts us. We don't start what we feel called forward to do. And then we sit there wondering, why am I like this? What's wrong with me? Why do I keep getting in my own way? Personally, for me, I have asked myself these questions more times than I can count. And for a long time, I really believed I had a discipline problem or sometimes a motivation problem. But that never quite felt true because there were areas of my life where I was incredibly capable, incredibly responsible, incredibly consistent. So, why did I feel stuck? Well, what I've come to understand and what changed everything for me is this: it's not that you won't change, it's that your nervous system doesn't feel safe enough to change. Your mind might be ready, but your body might not be. And your body always gets the final say. Not because it's stubborn, not because it's broken, but because its entire job, I learned this the hard way, is to keep you alive. So it does this by scanning for danger, not just physical danger, emotional danger, and also identity danger. So when you think about resting and your body learned that resting meant things fall apart, it resists. When you think about speaking honestly and your body learned that honesty led to rejection or conflict, it tightens. When you think about leaving something familiar and your body learned that unfamiliar equals unsafe, it freezes. So, what we call self sabotage is often just a protection wearing an outdated costume. It's not trying to stop you, it's not trying to keep you safe, it's trying to keep you safe, actually. The problem is, most of us respond to that protection with force. We shame ourselves, because I did for a long time. We push harder, we tell ourselves to just do it, we label ourselves as lazy or afraid or broken. And that narrative actually makes the nervous system feel less safe. No system relaxes under attack, not even your own. So we end up in this inner where the mind is yelling, move, and the body is whispering, not yet. And we don't listen to that whisper. We override it. And override never creates trust. It creates compliance at best and burnout at worst. Real change, sustainable change, doesn't come from force. It comes from safety. It comes from permission. It comes from learning how to listen to that part of you that is sacred instead of trying to drag it forward. So there's something very simple that I started doing that changed the relationship with myself. When I notice I'm not doing the thing I should be doing, instead of asking what's wrong with me, I ask, what feels unsafe here? I don't ask it intellectually with my brain. I ask it very gently, like I'm speaking to a younger version of myself. What feels unsafe about resting right now, Wanu? What feels unsafe about saying no? What feels unsafe about slowing down? And almost sometimes when I ask myself that question, it might point to the fact that the old script is if I rest, I'll fall behind. If I speak, I'll be rejected. If I slow down, I will lose control. If I change, I would not belong anymore. And none of this script are flaws. They're just memories. They're your systems remembering something that once hurt you in the past. But when you can meet it with kindness instead of judgment, something really softens. Not immediately, not dramatically, but subtly. And subtle is how the nervous system learns. You see, this work isn't about becoming better. It's not about becoming safer, my friend. Safer to be honest, to be still, to be visible, to be human. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're not failing at growth. Your system just learned what it needed to learn to survive. And now you're currently teaching it that it doesn't have to live there anymore. But slowly, gently, one micro moment of safety at a time. That's no weakness. That's wisdom. So this week, if you notice yourself feeling stuck, don't push. Pause, listen, and see what part of you is asking for safety before it's ready for change. That, my friend, is where everything actually begins. And this is me from my heart to yours, reminding you when it feels foggy, chaotic, come back to love, compassion, and kindness for yourself.